Good morning, students. Today in this video we'll study about the fertilization and implantation. So what is fertilization? So simply the fusion of male and female gamete is known as fertilization. The process by which the male gamete is formed, they get fuses with the female gamete ovum. So this process is known as fertilization. So first we will start with the process of fertilization, then we will study about the implantation. So during the coitus, the male gamete is deposited in the vagina of the female, and this motile sperms, they swim rapidly and they pass through the cervix and they enter into the uterus and finally reach the ampullary region of the fallopian tube. So ampullary region is the place where the process of fertilization takes place. So this is the diagram of female reproductive system. So this particular part is the vagina or birth canal where the male gamete is deposited. This particular part is the cervix. So male gamete sperm, they cross the cervix. This particular part is the uterus. So they also pass the uterus and finally they enters into the fallopian tube. So this particular region is a fallopian tube, and this particular part is known as infundibulum. This is the ampulla region, and this particular part is the isthmus. So process of fertilization takes place somewhere here in this region, ampullary isthmic junction. So this particular place is known as ampullary isthmic junction where the process of fertilization takes place. The ovum released by the ovary is also transported to the ampullary region where the fertilization takes place. So this is a ampullary isthmic junction, and for process of fertilization, the ovum and the male gamete is formed. They have to reach at the same time in the ampullary isthmic junction. Then only the process of fertilization will take place. Suppose that if ovum will be released in the oviduct and if there will be no sperm, then there will be no process of fertilization takes place. So in this diagram you can see that this is a ovary and from a mature Graafian follicle the female gamete ovum is getting released, and finally when the ovum it reaches up to the ampulla region, and here the sperm they also reaches at the ampulla region, and then process of fertilization takes place and further development will takes place. So fertilization can only occur if the ovum and sperms are transported simultaneously to the ampullary region. So that's why it is very important. So for the fertilization, ovum and sperms they have to transport it simultaneously to the ampullary region. This is the reason why not all copulations lead to fertilization and pregnancy. The process of fusion of a sperm with an ovum is called fertilization. So this is the definition of fertilization: the fusion between the male gamete sperm and the female gamete ovum. So that process is known as fertilization. In this diagram you can see the process of fertilization. So this particular structure is the female gamete ovum, which is approached by many sperm, and finally a single sperm it will fertilize the female gamete. So during fertilization, a sperm comes in contact with the zona pellucida region layer of the ovum and induces changes in the membrane that block the entry of additional sperm. So try to recall the structure of mature ovum. So the mature ovum it looks like this. So it is a structure of mature ovum. So this particular region is a corona radiata, the cells of corona radiata. So they will form this particular layer, and this particular part is the zona pellucida region, and inside zona pellucida region there is a vitelline membrane. The plasma membrane of the ovum is known as vitelline membrane, and having the female gamete. So how the process of fertilization takes place? So first the male gamete sperm, they will come in contact with the zona pellucida layer of the ovum and induces changes in the membrane that block the entry of additional sperm. So a female gamete is approached by many sperm, but only single sperm they will fertilize or they will fuse with the female gamete. So in this diagram you can see that this particular sperm, first it will approach the female gamete, then finally attachment takes place. So the head part of the sperm, so they will bind with the, or they will come in come in close contact with the zona pellucida region, then binding takes place. The head region of the, especially the acrosome part of the sperm, they will bind with the zona pellucida region. In this diagram you can see that after binding, penetration will take place. The acrosome, they will release the hydrolytic enzymes, and it will dissolve the plasma membrane and the zona pellucida layer, and finally the fusion will take place. Here in this diagram you can see that the head part of the sperm, it will release the nucleus. So this is the nucleus of the sperm, and this is the nucleus of the ovum. Finally fusion of nucleus will take place, and this particular structure is the fused nucleus of both male and female gamete. So in these 4 steps the process of fertilization will take place. First the sperm will approach the female gamete, then it will attachment takes place, then binding takes place, then penetration, and finally fusion will takes place. Thus it ensures that only one sperm can fertilize an ovum. The secretion of the acrosome helps the sperm enter into the cytoplasm of the ovum through the zona pellucida and the plasma membrane. So the enzyme present in acrosome, they will dissolve the zona pellucida region and plasma membrane, so that the sperm, it will enter into the cytoplasm of the female gamete. This induces the completion of the meiotic division of the secondary oocyte. So try to recall the process of oogenesis in human female. So in human female, the process of oogenesis takes place in the ovary. So this is a sectional view of ovary, and ovum is actually the secondary oocyte. So secondary oocyte, it will release from the Graafian follicle. So primary oocyte, they will get surrounded by granulosa cell, and that structure is known as primary follicle. So primary follicle contain the primary oocyte, and further development of primary follicle into secondary follicle takes place. Secondary follicle will further develop to form tertiary follicle, and tertiary follicle further develop and it will divide, and finally the primary oocyte will changes into, first meiotic division will takes place, and primary oocyte will convert it into secondary oocyte. So the mature Graafian follicle, it contains the secondary oocyte, which is formed after the first meiotic division. And we all know that meiosis is a two-step process. Meiosis completes in meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. So only the formation of secondary oocyte takes place by the meiosis 1. So actually this Graafian follicle, it is enclosing the secondary oocyte. So the further meiosis 2 will takes place after the process of fertilization. When the sperm will enters into the secondary oocyte, then the meiosis 2 will takes place. So in this diagram it will be clear. So here in this diagram, so this is the gamete mother cell, it will divide by the process of meiosis 1. So finally meiosis 1 will take place, and it will lead to the formation of secondary oocyte and the first polar body. So this is a secondary oocyte and first polar body. So this secondary oocyte will be released as a female gamete ovum from the Graafian follicle, and once the fertilization takes place, in this diagram you can see the sperm, it is entering into the secondary oocyte, So once the sperm will enters into the secondary oocyte, then the meiosis 2 will complete, and finally the the female gamete or ootids will be formed, and this is the second polar body will form. So this is important. So this induces the which induces the process of fertilization. So process of fertilization induces the completion of the meiotic division of the secondary oocyte. So Graafian follicle, after the rupturing of Graafian follicle, the female gamete ovum releases. So this ovum is actually the secondary oocyte. So we have to remember that secondary oocyte is released from the Graafian follicle, and finally the second meiotic division will take place and it will form the ootids. So the second meiotic division is also unequal and results in the formation of second polar body and haploid ovum. Soon the haploid nucleus of the sperms and that of the ovum fuse together to form the diploid zygote. So very soon the formation of zygote takes place. So after fertilization, so this diploid zygote will be formed. The mitotic division starts as the zygote moves through the isthmus of the oviduct called cleavage towards the uterus and forms 2 cell, 4 cell, 8 cell, 16 cell daughter cells called blastomere. So after the process of fertilization, so after the process of fertilization, formation of 2 cell, 4 cell, 8 cell, 16 cell structure will form. So this structure is the morula, this structure is the blastula. So in this diagram you can see that the process of fertilization will take place in the ampullary isthmic junction. After the process of fertilization, the formation of zygote will take place, and this zygote will divide into 2 cell stage, 4 cell stage, and finally it will form the morula and blastula stage. And finally this blastula stage, it will get implanted in the endometrial lining of the uterus, and this process is known as implantation. The embryo with 8 to 16 blastomeres is called a morula. So blastomeres is the cells, and when the embryo will with 8 to 16 cell, so that structure is known as morula. So what is blastomere? The cells of embryo is known as blastomeres. So in this diagram you can see that this is a fertilized egg. It will form 2 cell stage, 4 cell stage, 8 cell stage, then morula. So morula is actually a hollow ball of cell. So in this diagram you can see it is a hollow ball of cell, and finally it will form the blastocyst. The morula continues to divide and transforms into blastocyst. So this is a diagram of blastocyst, and this is a very important diagram. So generally question comes from this diagram. So what are the structures present in this blastomere? So this outer structure is zona pellucida, and the cells of the blastomere is known as the trophoblast. So the cells, they will arranged outside, and they will form a hollow ball like structure, and that cell is known as trophoblast. And some of the cells, they will present inside, and that cells is known as inner cell mass. And the cavity of the blastocell is known as blastocyst is known as blastocele. So these are the four structures: zona pellucida, trophoblast, inner cell mass, and blastocele. So this is a structure of blastocyst. It is also known as blastula. So finally this blastula will be implanted in the uterine, in the endometrium of the uterus. The blastomeres in the blastocyst are arranged into an outer layer called trophoblast. So this outer layer of cells is known as trophoblast, and an inner group of cells attached to the trophoblast called the inner cell mass, and this structure is known as which are attached with the trophoblast. So this structure is known as inner cell mass, and this inner cell mass, it will give rise to the embryo. The trophoblast layer then gets attached to the endometrium. So endometrium is the innermost layer of the uterus, and the inner cell mass gets differentiated as the embryo. So formation of embryo will take place from the inner cell mass, not from the trophoblast. Trophoblast, it will get attached to the endometrium only. So in this diagram it will be clear. So formation of zygote will take place. Finally it will divide, and simultaneously it will move in the fallopian tube, and once it will reaches into the uterus. So this particular part is the uterus, and this is the endometrium. So finally this will get implanted in the wall of endometrium. After attachment, the uterine cells, they divide rapidly and covers the blastocyst. As a result, the blastocyst becomes embedded in the endometrium of the uterus. This is called implantation. So this process is known as implantation, and it leads to the pregnancy. So this much only in this video. Next video we will discuss the next any new topic. Thank you.